During the last year of my university life, we discussed a problem. The day before the final exam, James's parents had a car accident. The father was seriously injured in hospital. His relatives, police, and friends decided not to tell James. When James knows the truth after the exam, he feels very angry. If it were you, do you think you should tell him? Most people in the class choose to not tell. They think that the accident had happened, and telling James won't help improve the situation, and might even affect his future development. In this way, it seems that it is better to not tell James. But is that really the case? I heard my friend beside me say, they were all viewing from the point of view of an onlooker. She is right. Onlookers can never understand the real emotion of the parties. Perhaps the onlooker can see clearer, but often onlookers are easy to stand and talk without having to think about the emotion. I have a friend who has experienced something like that. The year she took the exam, her grandmother was seriously ill and got into the hospital about a week before her exam. The family felt that this could affect her exam, so they didn't tell her anything. By the day she finished the exam, she rushed home to her grandmother's funeral, and her grandmother passed away the day before her exam. My friend later told me that she could understand what her family was doing, but she could not forgive them for the rest of her life. Under the banner of being good for her, they deprived her chance to see her grandmother one last time. When it comes to other people's affairs, it's really easy for us to stand at the highs and reasons of morality. We have made the textbook standard choices and even feel that others should be grateful to us. After all, everything we do is for their own good. But when we became the protagonists, things were completely different. Compared to seeing family for the one last time, exam or promotion is not that important. Even if I can't do anything, it's good enough if I can be at your side. Angle is actually a very magical thing. If life is a kaleidoscope, the angle is probably the turning hand. Even if it is a little change, the scene will be completely different. One of my friends, before she works as a part-time teacher, she said, "I heard that the teacher in the next class always gives the students answer." At that time, I really scoffed. From the bottom of my heart, disdain this teacher, feel that she lacks the most basic morality as a teacher. Later, after I became a part-time teacher in the evening, handling 8 or 9 children at one time, I need to worry about them most of the time. They have a lot of homework and must be completed in 2 hours, not to mention that some children are completely unaware of nothing, and don't want to do the homework. At that moment I suddenly understand why the teacher next class did what she did. She was alone with a class of more than 20 people. And if individual students did not submit the answer, they might not be able to leave the whole evening. It's not that giving the answer was the right move, but at that moment, I suddenly realized, as an onlooker, our natural thoughts were, in fact, really too harsh for others. We feel that teachers should explain every question in details so that the children results will improve. And parents should give their children the highest demonstration. These ideas are not wrong, but we are all born in complicated life, often uncontrollably. A lot of things that we find incomprehensible, things that we find unacceptable, and think about it in a different way, it really feels completely different. Of course, it is not that we have the reasons to commit crimes, to hurt others, to ask for the understanding from others. I just want to say that the next time we want to judge someone, when we want to make a choice for others, we may try to change the angle, think more, and perhaps make the choice more objectively. Later, the tutor told us that the question was actually a real event a few years ago. It caused a lot of debate, and until now, there is no conclusion. Our tutor said that from the point of view of the parents, they may prefer not to affect their children's studies. But still, I prefer to stand from my point of view, stand in a far perspective to look at the whole thing. After all, life is his, and the choice is mine.